Welcome back to Hold the Phone YouTube. Drop a like, comment your play of the night, and for the love of God, subscribe to the page.
Please.
College basketball, March 5th, Wednesday night slate. We have 5 bets, 5 plays. Quite a night for a hump day. Loop, tell us game number 1.
We're going Maryland at Michigan. Massive game. Michigan coming off a 20-point home loss, given 1.5.
We got the Terpies traveling up. Back-to-back road games. They got the soul sucked out of them at home versus Maryland, going against Michigan State. They bounce back on the road against Penn State. Now, second straight road game. Got to travel up to Michigan to face the Wolverines, coming off one of the most pathetic, just worst game of the season.
Yep.
I don't know if words can describe
You took it personal.
how bad Michigan, the effort.
Nothing.
20 offensive rebounds
Trash.
for Illinois. Just absolutely pathetic in the comfort of their own home. They have to bounce back. There's 2 games left in the Big Ten in conference play. And guess what? After this game at home versus Maryland, they got to travel to Izzo's house to have dinner. You can't drop this one, or it's a slippery slope heading into Big Ten play. You got to give us Michigan.
It's one of those games you rinse your hands, you forget about. 20-point home loss, auto take next game, given 1.5. Team's too good. I think they're about a 4 seed right now. They need a big win.
Need a big win.
They're not going to lose 2 in a row at home.
This is a perfect spot. And if we get boned, we get boned. Be
Just
our
like
guest.
always.
Give us Michigan on the money line for play number 1. Loop, where do we travel play number 2?
Fireworks, dude. Game of the night. Florida at Alabama.
Little ESPN blockbuster.
Massive game. 2 teams that like to put the ball in the hoop.
2 teams that like to put the ball in the hoop. I think we could see triple digits for one of these squads. Whoever comes out
Maybe
on
an
top.
over?
Whoever comes out on top, I wouldn't be shocked if we see triple
First
digits.
time they're playing this year. Am I correct?
Correct.
Correct.
We travel to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Florida. Loop, do you have your first thoughts on this one? Or?
Come as a guy who needed Alabama to win in Tennessee over the weekend and saw that Alabama team be the better team for about 98% of that game, I think I got to ride them again.
I think I'm taking off my belt loops.
Yep.
And I got a belt in my hand, and I think this is gonna go straight to a Gator's ass.
Come on.
Dude, I think it's belt to ass tonight in Tuscaloosa.
I got sexual.
I know this could fire back at me hard. I know this if they end up losing, this might not look good on my part. However, it's the month of March. We got nothing to lose. You miss 100% of the bets you don't place. Give us Alabama minus 3.5. You come off a demoralizing loss, a buzzer beater loss. Nate Oates is going to the bus with 2 timeouts in his pocket.
At least he still got him for the Florida game.
Yep. Bonus 2 timeouts down
Bring
in
him
Tuscaloosa.
home.
You get on the bus. You travel home. You got to find some life here.
You got 2 timeouts. 1, 2, timeout.
His controller died.
You get to 3, you call the timeout.
On the other side of the basketball, Florida lost to Georgia. They then bounced back against A&M. Now they travel to Alabama. Boys become men in this game, and I think we're going to learn a lot between Alabama and Florida heading into the big dance. Give us Alabama minus 3.5.
2 teams trying to get to a 1 seed. Both, I think, about the 2 right now. Get hot, win an SEC tournament.
Luke, where do we go for play number 3?
Tennessee at Ole Miss. Stay in the SEC.
SEC is the place for us.
Yes,
the place
it
to
is.
be. Loop. Now, Ole Miss. Ole Miss has dropped their last 3 or 4.
Correct.
It's been battles. It's been wars. They're now at home. We just talked about the Volunteers. They got outplayed last game. We continuously see, I feel like they are living on a prayer, and I'm sick and tired of Tennessee.
Not sure they look like a 1 seed, which is where they sit right now.
We saw We saw them go down, shoot unconscious from 3 against A&M. They then are hitting buzzer beaters at home against Alabama in the biggest game in the Volunteer history for a 1 seed.
Yep.
They're currently in a 1 seed. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They just beat Vanderbilt, A&M, LSU, Alabama. Now coming off a buzzer beater. Now having to go on the road. I feel like this is a silver platter matchup for the Rebels. At plus 3.5.
I like Ole Miss on the money line and to cover the spread.
I love Ole Miss. I want March. I want madness. I want it to take place in Ole Miss.
Give me the hungrier team here. Give me the home dog.
Yep. I love Ole Miss. Plus 3.5. Luke, where do we go for play number 4?
Oklahoma.
Good God.
Mizzou going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma at home getting 4.5.
Last time these two ball clubs met in the SEC at Mizzou's place, 34.
Clap.
Mizzou wins by 30.
They still got bruises.
Yep. They're still recovering. They're in a wheelchair. Also, Oklahoma has dropped their last 7 of 8 ball games. The one game they won, we were on the money line.
Was the wheels coming off?
I don't know. However, when you look at some of their losses, they're tight, dude. They lost to Kentucky by 1. They lost to Ole Miss by 3. They need a win. They're not dead yet.
Nope.
They're staring death in the eyes. And again, just like this spot for Ole Miss is massive for play number 3, for play number 4, this is a massive spot for the Sooners. And it's not a place we want to be. It's a place we have to be. We're getting in bed with Vegas. You're going to have to give us 4.5 points. They lost to this team by 34. Now they're at home. Mizzou just dropped that overtime, demoralizing, heavy emotion game versus Vandy. Now they stay on the road. SEC is a gauntlet like none other. Give us Oklahoma plus 4.5.
I'm not sure there's a team in the country that needs a win more than Oklahoma. Last home
Maybe
game,
Ole Miss.
got their hearts ripped out by Kentucky.
Yep.
Covered the spread, though.
Yep.
Now, I think the ESPN has them as the first team out of the bracket trying to get back in.
A little Ole Miss moneyline, Oklahoma moneyline could feed families, but neither here or there. Loop! What's our 5th and final play?
Getting out of the SEC.
Nice.
Marquette at UConn. Huskies given 2.5 at home.
I'm starting to get a little worry in the air from Hurley.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sure that's how his players feel.
All of a sudden, there's something frisky in the air about this Huskies team.
Yep.
You know? They kind of seem like no one wants to say they're rounding into form because they've been dead for so long.
Yep.
December, dead. January, dead. Soon as you buy in, they sell out. Soon as you sell out on them, it looks like you should have bought in. Not a lot of people on the right side of this UConn team back and forth all season. It's been a seesaw.
Correct.
However, now at home, we faded them against the Johnnies in the Garden. That was a great spot. Outside of that, as of late, their last 3 or 4 games outside of the Johnnies game, they're coming off back-to-back wins by double digits. Don't get me wrong. Wins against, I think it was Georgetown and someone else sleazy like Villanova, one of them. Providence.
Yep.
They're bottom of the barrel, but you know the Big East is sketchy. Any given night, any one of those teams can beat one another. Double-digit wins in the Big East are not always easy to come by. I think all of a sudden UConn wins this game, and people are like, watch out for the Huskies all of a sudden.
Little trend here, dude. This is a 5th home team we're taking. UConn, I do agree. It kind of seems like the sky is falling. But if they could get hot, maybe make a Big East final, you're a 6-7 seed. Nobody's going to want to play them. Right now they have him on the 8-9 slot. Imagine if you're that 1 seed. You don't want to see Hurley on the Saturday of the first weekend of the tournament.
No, especially if you're a Tennessee or even a Bama who loves to fluctuate back and forth, either let up 100 or score 100. Fellas, those are our 5 college basketball plays. Follow along all of March. The water is warm.
Subscribe to the page.
A month full of madness.
We're trying to feed families.
What's the worst that could happen if you just sub to the page?
And if something bad does happen, let us know.
Plays all month.
Yeah.
Whether if you love it, you hate it, you want to fade us to see who we're picking, if you want to ride along.
Hate to love it, hate to hate it, love to hate it, love to love it.
It's a month full of madness regardless. So drop a sub on the page. Those are our 5 best bets for Wednesday, March 5th. And as always, we'll see you on the other side.